Oh my god, mono red just getting absolutely destroyed. Love it. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today a deck that will absolutely blow your mind. Some of you know what I'm talking about because this deck has been around for some time. I originally didn't want to cover it, it was covered by a lot of channels, but I wanted to try it, and I'll tell you man, this might be the best laddering deck in the format. I also changed the version to fit my style a little bit. You will see, it will be glorious, I promise you. And I have to say that I should probably talk about what the deck does. Basically you want Helping Hand on Recommission, getting back from your graveyard Djinn or Mentor. Mentor is the best target, and the whole point of the deck is that you get 1 mana Mentor, and then it's a broken card because you can instantly get other spells, so you are guaranteed value. And that's the main idea for the deck. And good news for all the control players, it actually feels like playing control. It is very similar to Mono Blue, but a little bit better. So if you are looking for a cool control-ish laddering deck, this might be your answer, and the win rate is absolutely insane. So yeah, let's go into games. If you want to subscribe, that would be awesome, and have fun guys. Alright guys, you know that I usually don't take one-landers, but with this deck, with Double Consider, I mean we are going for it. And unfortunately, even though we are right now a mono blue player, we won't take forever for this one consider. We will actually skip the phases very quickly, and we will cast an obvious consider. I know, it's crazy. It should be a ladder shredder. We need to start, you know, ramping. Also, it gives us more cards for the next turn, because we need to keep hitting those lands. Why is it black mana? Alright. As long as it's not a removal, I'll take it. Just being good at Magic, man. They want to leyline on the next turn. They really want to. Okay, I think I know what we will do. I kind of want to discard, to be absolutely honest with you. Spell Pierce, thank you. This is the card I want. And we are going with the Monk. So, next turn it will be Djinn, right? 3 mana, so Stomper. We want to get the Shredder trigger. This is a good card here. We don't want this one. It's also a creature. Land. It helps on the next turn, but it's not the land we want. It's also not reanimation spell. We have better plays. This is better. This is simply better. Right? We have better chance of hitting the right spell, and this will be first of the 2 spells. No, the damage doesn't super matter. Shredder is more of a, you know, a bit of a control-y all-around creature. Here it is. And that's the problem. They are already drawing cards and making their plays way better. But we missed. Man, I'm not good at Magic in the end. This is a full Hail Mary play because I'm losing. If they have another binding, I lost. So we are just gambling. They cannot play Sunfall. They already used one of the bindings. They shouldn't have one, like another one for 10 cards. And all the other cards, they can play Zendikar, Stomper, all this stuff, doesn't matter. They are trying to draw into binding. I think they don't have it. I hope they don't have it. Here we go. Way better. Way freaking better. I actually want to start with this. And I'm fine with discarding cards. We won't be able to use all the cards probably anyway. Sorry, Ledger. Not your day. And we want Spell Pierce and sleep out the back. We also want as many cards as possible so we can scale. You know what? Alright, I feel convinced. I will take this card in the end. Not the perfect for this turn, but it will be perfect for the next. And 5 damage is no joke. Especially that they don't have binding. If they go Sunfall, we Spell Pierce and then we sleep out the back, probably. I will think about it because they have very different uses and we need to think which use is the better one. See, this is why we're playing like this. We went under the under the Sunfall and above the binding, and that was the first bait. So now we have decision. First things first, let's resolve the first. Always manual resource, remember. It feels like you are the technical guy then. Is that a sleep out the back? What is their next spell? Binding and Sunfall. And it also puts the counter. I think this is better. simply because it amplifies the damage. Oh, that's a cute 0/0 token. Well, okay, good. So, we would love to kill him. I would love to kill him. And I think this is the best we can do right now, because it means so many instants. I mean, to Recommission. Can we kill him on this turn? If we consider, and Prankster, and Chart, I think we can do it. So I will just go with the Consider. Let's just go for it. 2. Sleight of Hand. Oh, I cannot refuse. Both are 1 mana this turn. 9. We do it before attacking, right? 1, 2. We draw 2 cards, this will be 1, and we are guaranteed to discard another, that will be 13. Man, just being good at Magic, what can I say? Now you see why we played the Djinn, and that was a perfect game as far as I'm concerned. And this Shredder was really nice bait, because then our Djinn did the hard work, and we knew that their other removal outside of binding is only a Sunfall. And yeah, I'm really happy with this one. Alright, we are going first. Good hand, good hand. I'm thinking about the way to discard Mentor. It could be via Shredder or Chart the Curse. The Chart the Curse is, or Chart a Curse, it's just a curse, is one of the plays that is very interesting in this deck, because normally you always play it in the deck that wants to be attacking, and then you are like, yeah, I didn't discard a card, I'm the greatest. But here you actually decide how long do you think the game goes. You need enough fuel. Let's think for a moment. It should be Shredder, right? It should be Shredder. You just think how long will the game go, and then you decide how many cards you need until end of the game, and Chart the Curse discarding the cards usually gives you more power, but it's short term. A very good answer for him, unfortunately. What can you do? Not the perfect draw. Okay, we hit the land, that's good. So, do we want the Mentor? What are you? I think the Mentor, because it's multiple creatures in one. And the Djinn is always 1 card. 1, 2, and that's the protection spell. So we don't cast anything. This is our next turn. We could hit the 4th land, but we are not guaranteed to have it. And then we can follow up with another Mentor, and then we can try to protect it. Our opponent should know what's up. This deck is not a secret, and they have all the pieces. So they should keep up removal, and I think that's what they're doing. However, there is not a moment they can answer now. If they don't, the Monastery Mentor is already in the board and they cannot cast spells. See, because the priority is ours. That means you can cast sorcery before they can react. And that's our sorcery. I maybe should have kept the double Fading Hope, to be absolutely honest, but I think we can get away with this. I think 1 Fading Hope should be enough. I will take the Prankster, because it's more cards. Like, this is an instant into an instant, so it's basically 2 cards in one, and also the Prankster, so 3 in 1 basically. That's fine. That is fine. Let's see the removal at end. I will probably have to Fading Hope it, but you know, it is what it is. We scry, so that's cool. And we get second creature, so even though they answered card for card, sure, this is an okay one. Even though they went card for card, we have 2 cards extra, so we just went 3 for 1. And this is where the power of the deck comes. Like, even they actually answered each one of our cards, and we still have the board somehow. So that's pretty impressive. That is pretty impressive. Do we have creatures? Not really. I will go for it, because it doubles the damage that we deal, and it also gives us a chance to discard a Mentor, and it also leaves us with 1 mana. They might have more removal, so no. I don't think this will solve the game. We need to keep pressuring. I really wanted to hit a land. I'll be honest. The whole point was hitting a land. But we didn't, and that's super bad. Okay, that might be the losing situation. If you don't hit a land, that's really, really bad, man. Especially that if he keeps removing our stuff, we cannot Fading Hope it or anything. And we also don't really get progress in the board. This turn did nothing. Because we needed an land for this, and then we would, you know, get an instant adventure, and that would help us. Alright then. I actually thank him very much, because he helped us. Let's take the island. It's not like we have a choice, right? And now we can cast it. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. We can only do it now. We don't have Fading Hope. So let's use it and show our opponent that that was a mistake. So we get some progress in the board after all, thanks to our opponents helping us. Here we meet again. Unfortunately now they see it, so it probably won't matter. It's also super late, so you know, like, they probably won't have too much. It makes casting Virtue very, very hard. Okay, this was the draw. This was what I needed. Very good. Very good. Prankster is not good enough. Do we go with the Mentor? The problem is that we don't have spells really. I will cast it because if they want to do anything about it, maybe they will do it before attacks, which means that we have a chance to pump the monks. We'll see. We could also go with the Picklock Prankster, but then we have no defense, and I'm not sure if I want it. Yeah, I will be more reactive. They still deal some damage, and the difference between 2 and 4 is not huge. It doesn't super matter, you know? Sure. They know about Spell Pierce, right? So they won't get it too much. Are we so tempo efficient right here? Nah, okay, you got it. You got it. I don't think it's worth it. Like, it's more of exhaustion game, because he has only 3 cards, and this is kinda locked behind the Spell Pierce. So it will be very, very hard for him to use, even if he hits 7 mana, which can be in 2 turns. Oh man, they really like our lands. I'm not sure what's their logic here, because now I have untapped 2 lands. So that actually makes a huge difference, because I can use it at the end step now, which wasn't the case, and then I don't have any risk of tapping out. The question is, do I want it? Because it also pumps the monks, and I have 4 lands. So what is my next play? Probably Djinn, right? Yeah, so I think we still cast it. Thanks to our opponent just ramping us for the 2nd time. He's not learning. He is not learning. And he's down to 3 cards. And look at us, like, we are not slowing down anytime soon. So we are like a grinder, like, and he's just under the, you know, the wheels, let's say. And we slowly crush him, and like, he's trying to, you know, sneak out, but every turn it grinds a little bit harder than previously. And we hit Consider, that's really, really good. And we hit a land, that's super good. Man, those are really good draws. Now we go with the Mentor, because we still have open Spell Pierce and Fading Hope, and now we can consider main phase. So we attack. It's fishing for mistakes right now. There's no upside to this play, but you know, maybe they cast something, being emotional, and you never lose anything by just playing this kind of stuff. Edict. Do we care about, you know, protecting it? I think it's pretty good, especially that it pumps all the you know, monks. So we suddenly hit for 6, and we also have more monks for the future turns. Nope, we don't need it. We need more spells. It doesn't hit anything. Very good draw. Very good draw. It will give us... Man, this deck is absolutely... I'll tell you, man. This is one of the most powerful decks in the format, I think. At least after playing today, it feels like kinda unstoppable. Like, I knew it will be good, but it's way better than I expected. And it's nowhere this Azorius Virtuoso pile that kinda dies to removal. It's actually super resistant to whatever your opponent does. You can also play the version with counter spells, which is even more interruptive. Alright, I have to say, I didn't expect Burn Down the House, but I'll take it. But I will take it. And how's your, you know, Virtue of Persistence? Do you want to cast it maybe? For 8 mana, which is short of 9 mana. See, this is what happens when you have Spell Pierce. Even though he knows about it, it still does the job perfect though. See? Spell Pierce won us another game just by being in the end, because normally he would cast it, and right now he couldn't, because he knows it's getting countered. Man, like, this is actually unstoppable deck. I'll be honest, it's insane. Alright, our opponent played an island. And a Moonsnare prototype. Alright, some respect earned. I think we should be able to hit a land. So I'm going with Sleight of Hand, because it gives us 2 options. Bottom of the library. Oh, that hurts. I need a land for the next turn. I really need to curve out. The idea behind this play was that I get a land for turn 2, so I can skip this one for turn 1, because then we couldn't cast one of the spells. I would love to put man. If that was in the graveyard, that would change the whole game. Here's the boat. The Boat of Doom. The Boat of Doom. This is sorcery speed. So this will be a creature. Alright, let's main phase it. Because this will make our next turn way better. Especially with Helping Hand, so we can get 2 triggers from the Mentor, and we also can Spell Pierce. This turn will hurt, but I think we can outscale them, and even while being on the draw, we can just go so hard on the board that we can full swing and just reverse the tempo of the game. It hurts. I told you, it hurts. This gives mana? Yeah, it can give mana. I remember correctly. This hurts. What can you do, man? What can you do? You can have a Helping Hand. And Monastery Mentor. So this should be a Sleight of Hand. Because if he doesn't try to kill the Mentor, Spell Pierce won't be cast. And this way we guarantee that we get the maximum value of every point of mana we have. Did I play a land for this turn? Yep, and this will be tapped on the next turn, so that's pretty slow. I think we go for this, man. And we won't cast it right now, of course. Alright, so potentially 3 creatures, Spell Pierce. And this is my, secret technique for this one. I really want to hit something juicy. They have this glyph, right? Sure, that's fine. Like, we can absolutely outscale them, but we need to be aware about the damage. I don't think they can kill us in 2 turns, right? Alright, that's fine. We also have Fading Hope, so if he goes for this plan, can he really kill us in 2 turns? I don't think so. Right, it's unblockable, just making sure. Let's consider, that will scale us very nicely for the next turn. He's fully tapped, so I think he just dies. Shredder, not really. It's also better in the graveyard than... Alright, I guess I'm getting it. But no, we will play like this. What are you? Helping Hand. So we can either go with this and go super scaling. They cannot answer this really. I will try. I'm super greedy, man. I'm really greedy, but I think that's the play. We won't be able to block, and if we want to block, we can always make a blocker and have this Mentor. So the boat shouldn't be able to hit us. He might play a creature, crew this, and try to go for lethal, and activating it, it's 5-4 already, so he cannot deal more damage than 6 with this. This will be a tall order for him, and we're scaling into the next turn. Even if we Spell Pierce something for 2 mana, it's still worth it, because he needs to tap. And that means we can go absolutely, you know, bat crazy on the next turn. Like, this can be absolutely lethal. And we also will have another monk. And if he doesn't go for lethal, we don't need to chomp block anything, which means that scaling on the next turn is better. We'll charge the curse, probably hit an untap. The tap land really hurts here. This is for first 3 turns. Later it's just pretty bad. Honk for the day. Oh, this was the power honk. That tells a lot. Quality commentary, as always on this channel. Our opponent knows that he's in trouble. Like, he knows what's going on. We just try to kill him out of nowhere. Also, if he keeps attacking, he doesn't have... Anyone was talking about sneaky spell pierce that will get a juicy target? Here you are. Oh, that's perfect. This is what I had in mind when I input this card, and it looks so good. Man, I love spell pierce. I love spell pierce. One off. And this is dedicated for all of you that asked, man, one off? That's weird. Here you go. Here you go. That was our win for the day. Alright, let's go. We are going first with cards. Those are cards. And do we need some? We definitely go with this one, the best mana possible. And I'm not sure if we cast this. Man, I don't like this card, I'll be honest, but it's very good to trigger all the, you know, cool stuff. All the cool stuff. I guess I want... Okay. I get the idea. Because on the next turn we can get Djinn or Mentor. So we are getting out Mentor. I think Fading Hope is okay, and Otawara is also okay. We have second land here, then we reanimate, then we go turn 3 and it's Otawara and either Djinn or one of the other cards. So I think we like all of them. I think this is a good play. We will try. There is a chance they just remove it, but then they probably waste the Kumano, and I think we can reanimate it later, right? If they kill it now, that means this doesn't get exiled because Kumano is not flipped, which means also they need 2 mana to answer it because it's 3/3. So Play with Fire won't do it. Oh boy, welcome to the jungle. I think they just lost, right? We will see, but that should be really close to winning the game. If this survives, it's just really hard. Of course we don't trade. Our creatures way better than theirs. So, I could attack, draw 2 cards, or just go Prankster. I think this is pretty cool because we can chain those 2. We are the better deck, so it means that if we can survive, and we will, like, I think we should be absolutely winning this. This also has prowess, so we are just, you know, ramping like crazy. And now they cannot really kill it. Sure, bro. Your pathetic little creatures with haste are no match to our monk army. Oh, so cute. This is so cute, man. Adorable. You think that you can just kill it? Bruh. Did I get a card? I got the card, cool. Very cool. It's so good because Mono-Red doesn't realize that if you have full open mana and a creature that grows after every spell, that probably hitting for 3 damage doesn't make much sense. So, let's go for what? We can get rid of one of the creatures. So we will double block Swift Spear and get rid of this counter. I think they get some value, but they lose the counter and they lose the roll, right? So it's pretty good. Okay, this is a good card. Also hits us the land. This and Consider will guarantee a land, basically. They're fully tapped, so they cannot do anything. That's so cute, man. Oh my god, Mono-Red just getting absolutely destroyed. Love it. This is sorcery, this is instant, so we play this one because it's worse. And they're out, they don't even want to play this game. And this is how we like, just Mono-Red being absolutely hopeless. This is how we like that. That was pretty dominating. Alright, we are good at Magic, we are going first. Man, this is exactly the same hand, right? Coast into Eiganjo, and Recommission, and Gaze. Man, this is so weird. Like, I feel like I'm having a deja vu. Right? Exactly the same hand as I had just a moment ago on the opening. It's just a coincidence. It's fine. Let's have fun with the card. This is... I really, really would love Wizards. If anyone from Wizards watches this, just make those cool things on the boards. Like, this really enhances the game so much for everyone. And even though it's a lot of work, for sure, it's just one-time work. I'm also wondering, like, if our opponent is taking time, I'm wondering if what you guys think about the boards coming back, right? Because we have those current boards, but there are so many old boards that you can see, like, in Historic and stuff. And I wonder, in my opinion, it would be good to have them. Those are really bad cards, man. Oh, that's so bad. So I don't hit a land. Fading Hope is nice. It's not a good hand. What do I do on the next turn? Ledger Shredder. And then I need Fading Hope and something else. It's bad. Maybe I should dump all of the 3 cards, but I'll take the Fading Hope. They don't have removal, and they definitely want to double cast something, especially with the Visitor. It might also be Kami. This is their power play pattern. Visitor into Kami into nothing, and then they spam the enchantments and everything is just full crazy mode. But this is the greedy version. Oh, they're going for it. And we don't mind it. Now they cannot attack, right? I could draw 2 cards, but then I'm tapped fully. I want to Fading Hope. How do you work? A player casts their second spell each turn. A player, so I can just cast. This was... No, we need the land. We need a land for the turn. This is okay. We want it in the graveyard. Well, that didn't go perfect. I also don't have double blue. I kinda messed it. Maybe I shouldn't mess it. It's looking bad. I didn't play this turn very well, to be honest. It's probably better to just recommission the Djinn. That was probably the play. So, you know, learning. But our opponent is not having perfect draw. Just don't draw a land, man. Please, be a good They always draw it. Somehow they just always draw it. At least, that's what we have. March is okay, but I think it's too slow. And we are really struggling. Man, we are playing effectively 8 lands in the whole deck, which is really low. And that's really low. Are you serious? Do we go Djinn? Or we try to hit something? This kinda gives up the land plan. We actually play 8 lands in this deck, even though we played like twice the size. We should have 4 mana by now. So yeah, I think we actually have to go for it. I think we lose. With missing so many lands, I think we lose, but there is a chance. I don't think it's very good, but we are out of good, good situations. And I think that there is a chance we can try to raise them at some point if they don't have a removal. If they have a removal right now, I think we lost. Well, next time draw lands. Alright, so what's up? It's pretty good up. We have the tap land, so that hurts a little bit. I have to say, this deck is incredibly powerful. Like, it's no joke, and it also has all the control element. So you have this Virtuoso Ledger Shredder deck in Azorius, but even though it's the colors I like, I don't like the deck at all. Like, I never like playing it because it feels like a pure aggro. You just play your stuff and hope your opponent doesn't have removal. Here it's different. It actually feels like a control deck. I'll be honest, it feels like a pure control deck because you have all those cool plays, interruptions, and I think that's really, really good. This is 2 mana, and now we super shred because we want a 3-drop into our graveyard. Recommission. I think we go with... I'm super greedy, man. Well, maybe I'm too greedy. I don't have a target right now. Man, it would be perfect, but I couldn't make sure that it is like it is. I don't need land. Even though we don't have land for the next turn, we need value. Because we need to raise them. Generally, they scale harder than you. Well, kinda. Depends on their draw, but they might scale better than you. And the fact that he played man, that's not the right play. He wanted to hit a land and he whiffed. I'm not double spelling this turn, right? Oh, I can. Oh man, he's dead. He's 100% dead. because now we get a staff. And oh boy, that's a staff. Nah. 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 Alright, let's take this one. Because it will draw 2 cards, not here. And it's already 5 damage and we didn't even start. And I'm using this in case he has ossification, because he has basics and correct mana. If he ossificates, he probably still loses because he loses so much tempo. Naturalist into the ossification. That might be their play. And they want to target Mentor. See? See? Easy. Let's just make... Oh... I can just counter it, right? It's just a spell, it's not the target, because I didn't care about countering, so I didn't pay attention. They just cast it, so we will just counter it. Less cards, but it's fine. Sleep out the back. This gives us fuel, man. Let's go. I'm not sure if that was the correct decision, to be absolutely honest. But it's a decision I really like. Because Spell Pierce, see, this one Spell Pierce is already the... Man, this is the card that won the most games so far. And it's just a one of, like, I'm so proud of adding this card to the version. Alright, and we soon will get Diamond with this one, no surprise. Alright guys, after the games, I think they're really epic most of the time, and this little Spell Pierce won most of the games in the whole video, which is wild. I'm so hip, man. I was thinking about this edition and it was like, yeah, it fits perfectly, especially that they have to remove those creatures. Even though we resurrect them, they still want to kill them, right? So it's a little bit better than the Fading Hope, because Fading Hope gets you really backwards. Even if you save the Mentor, now you need to full pay for it, right? And the whole point of the deck is not to pay for it. And Spell Pierce just goes around stuff so well. Even late game, it kinda defeats the Virtue of Persistence. Okay, enough about Spell Pierce. What about the deck, Sloth? The deck is absolutely insane, and we won 5 times and we lost only once. And to be honest, after watching the editing, like while I'm editing, I was thinking that maybe the game wasn't fully over. I think we would lose it, but maybe I should try. You can tell me in the comments. And the deck is absolutely insane. Yeah, it's really insane, and one of the cool things about the deck, it actually depends on how you drive it. Contrary to, for example, Mono Red. Don't get mad, alright? Just talking facts here. This is heavily reliant on how you play, and this is something encouraging for every Magic player that wants to improve with the deck, because just playing it is one thing, but mastering the deck is another whole thing. And I think it's really satisfactory when you actually get good perfect plays. And when this Atraxa 13 damage lethal happened, it was like perfect. That's how we like it. So really rewarding deck that is super fun to play, even though it's very aggro-ish, so it performs good in the current super aggressive format. With one-offs like Slip Out the Back, March, Spell Pierce, you have all those cool plays that you can decide when you are going with them, and Helping Hand is insane card in this kind of deck. We also have sideboard, so be careful about crafting it. However, not too many rares, the only one are lockdowns and get lost, so if you are a control player, you probably already have those. Yeah, so extremely strong deck. I think that it can be the best laddering deck if you are a control player, even though Azorius control is probably a little bit like more fun in the long way. You will have like 10 minutes games on average. Here you have very quick games and you still play control, and they are very action packed. So if you are enjoying this kind of style, or you are limited on the time on the laddering but you still want to hit high ranks, I think this might be your best bet, unless you of course want to go mono white, mono red. I mean, bro, like, go with this Azorius one, please. Like, we've all seen enough mono white and mono red for eternity at this point. And this is a pretty new deck that you probably didn't play too much with, and it's insanely powerful, fun, and good playing pattern. So, yeah, that's probably one of the best laddering decks right now, and that's kinda it. I won't repeat myself again. Thank you for watching. Tell me in the comments if you enjoyed it. I usually don't try to cover decks that are, already covered by other channels, but I know some of you just watch only this channel, and I really wanted to showcase you this particular deck. I originally watched it from CGB, and For me, that was the first time I've seen the deck. I believe this is originally from some MTGO tournament and it performed very well. Right now I'm seeing it in a lot of tournaments, so it's very popular deck right now, especially in best of 3, which is less mono-red focused a little bit, so it gives you even more options with the sideboard, because the blue color is perfect for some matchups, and those counter spells, oh boy, they will win you a lot of games. So that's it. Thank you for being here. Tell me in the comments what you think. I'm really always curious, and yeah, just huge thank you, and see you tomorrow, guys.